A death mark. So if you remember from last time, there was a fight to the death with Hanayome, the bride. And we didn't get the best ending we could. And the reason for that was, as I later found out, simply because we didn't go to the right location. Why they decided to decide your fate based on the location of the fight instead of something like, you know, the choices you make. Because I don't think there was any hint that we had to go to the mountains, because that's where you go to get the good ending. Because I did everything right. I just, you know, just didn't, you know, tell me anything. At least I don't think it did. But how do I know? Whatever. So anyway, Miss Zhu. We come back to the mansion to a shocking scene. Mary is cruelly smashed to pieces and the black rabbit lies in a pool of blood. We could only stand there in horrified silence. What was the rabbit doing here? Why did both of them die? They were our guides, our spiritual advisors. How in the world am I supposed to face spirits now? With fear in your heart. While cleaning, Ysoka finds the master key to the mansion. I guess the black rabbit had it for whatever reason. Regardless, it does enter the locked room. Inside we discover that either Masamune or Murasame, former heads of the Koju family, likely made merry. But unfortunately we found nothing on spirits or the mark like we hoped. We found a foul-smelling notebook in the underground shelter. I and Ysoka say that they smelled something similar when they were filming on Manhole Road. The notebook appears to be some teacher's diary, and the legible parts are indescribably bizarre. Tomorrow I will die, and by the great Azura's abundant mercy I shall be reborn as Miss Zhu. Miss Zhu, that was the nickname of the teacher who kept a lot of lab animals. The abandoned school that's become her lab could be H Elementary. The spirit who gave Ai and Ysoka their marks on Manhole Road, and the woman in white who seemed to be carrying a Buddha statue. If they are both Miss Zhu, we need to find out who she is. We have to search H Elementary. Famous fortune teller, she has a store in the best part of Ginza. Her clients even include politicians. She has her spiritual powers with her knowledge to give advice, which has gained her many devotees. Tone deaf, the only thing she's bad at is music. And she's weaker, she's smarter, she has more spirit power, and she's less dexterous. But apparently she's old, so that's, you know, makes sense. Back to H Elementary. I'm telling you, it's just as I said before. People who can hear voices are... It's been a lecture from the moment we got in. Great. Most inherited that power from their ancestors, so I'm sure your family has similar powers. It doesn't sound like it'll ever end. I zone out, staring at the road ahead of me. But by the way, changing the subject, you've been to H Elementary once before, haven't you? Huh? Oh yeah, it's when we killed Hanahiko. The sudden topic shift shakes me out of my drowsiness. Could you tell me about your experience? It would be a good point of reference. Sure, I don't mind. I tell her everything that happened with Hanahiho. It only happened a few days ago, but it feels like a lifetime. I see. She nods repeatedly. There has already been one spirit, and you defeated it. Yeah, basically. Then if Miss Zoo is in H Elementary, that means two spirits live separately in the same elementary school. And yet she never showed up when we were fighting Roseboy. Interesting. Lived separately. Two spirits existing in the same place. Is that even possible? Of course, it's rare for powerful ghosts to live together in the exact same place. That's why I said separately. In Hanahiko's case, was there any area you weren't able to enter? Oh yeah, the second floor. That decides it then. If Mizu is in the school, she must be there. Yasoka analyzes the situation calmly, as if working with an abacus. Abacus? Even though her own life is on the line, it doesn't seem to rattle her at all. Yasoka takes one look at me and smiles like she read my mind. Well, of course I'm scared. No matter my age, I'm still human. I'm just ready to resign myself if it turns out to be impossible. Some things go better once you give up. Is that your advice as a fortune teller? No, as someone who's lived as long as I have. Giving up makes life easier. That's how everyone gets to heaven in the end. Depressing. Thanks, ma'am. Yasoka and I arrive at H Elementary. So this is H Elementary, huh? It really looks haunted, like they say. So the second floor is priority? Yeah, that's right. Then let's go. We don't have time to waste. And away we go. Still covered in roses. That's great. I don't think there'd be anything new to look at down here, right? Yeah. Nothing new as far as I know. And if there is something new, that's just dirty. I return to the landing with the cracked mirror. I stare into the mirror, recalling how I felt back then. I quickly look away. I shine my light at the ceiling instead. But there's nothing there anymore. There are no traces of the rose vines or the guard's corpse. Is something the matter? No, it's nothing. I just want to check something. Spirits can do a lot of weird things, but can they really make corpses disappear? That would be ridiculous. Poisonous snakes cover the hallway as per their usual. It'd be foolish to try and keep going. Oh, are you kidding me? There are poisonous snakes up here. It'll be fine if we leave quickly, they won't attack us. I cautiously take a step backward. Suddenly the snakes react to my bag. What the? The snakes flit their tongues in the air trying to smell something. After a moment, they begin to leave. They disappear into the darkness of the hall before I can even blink. They vanish without a sound, all at once, as if they were never there to begin with. They left. What was that? Some sort of trap? I don't know. It looked like the snakes were sniffing my bag. The red notebook is inside. Yeah, I was thinking that the perfume was like the signal that, hey, this person's okay. Maybe this smell made them think we were friends. Let's try going in the hallway. I haven't gone this way yet. Oh, is that so? How very exciting. Are you being sarcastic? Never. Going on an adventure at my age will be quite a story to tell in the future. Yeah, so chuckles quietly. Alright, second floor. Oh. Second floor isn't covered in roses like the first. There's no movement, I don't see any plants. I guess that phenomenon didn't happen on this floor. The door to the music room is locked. The piano plays somewhere. That was a piano, correct? What sure was no organ. I still my breath and strain to hear any noises, but it doesn't seem like anyone's here. What's this? She picks up something off the ground. It's a piece of sheet music. God, sheet music, twinkle, twinkle, little star. Looks like piano sheet music. A children's song. Can you play? Yes, of course. Well, I wish that was true. I'm utterly hopeless when it comes to music. I'm tone deaf. I have no sense of when it comes to rhythm. Sorry, I'm afraid I can't help you in this area. Piano music plays from somewhere. Is it our music room? Is Miss Sue playing it, or is it just another curse-related thing? I found sheet music nearby shortly afterward. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Probably common for elementary school music classes. I can't play this. Mark who's good at that kind of stuff, so I can't imagine us needing to play the piano. Probably need to go back and get Miss Idle Pants. Looks like things built where used to be in the wall, but they're all taken down. I look out of the schoolyard through the window, but I don't see anything moving around. Neat. The blackboard is covered by dents and scratches. It's probably too damaged to use. Well, this was exciting. The bare floor causes our steps to echo as we walk. We need to make sure the spirit doesn't hear us. Desk, feel it up. Try feeling around inside. I find something soft. It's a wadded up piece of paper. I open it and see several sentences. It seems to be something someone failed to destroy. God Fragment S. Well, what's Fragment S all about? Oh, hammer and hatchet. Nice. Portion of a memo. Wave can control the shock this creature? Is that great? This is to keep it locked. Anything else? Full of fixtures holding the light is broken, probably shouldn't risk walking under it. A jumble of wires wrapped around the door handle. We got a jumble of wires sticking up the door handle, the wires pushing up the door stopper, locking the door. I pull on the wire, but it won't move. It's been carefully and tightly wound, plus it's pretty thick. It'd be impossible to cut it. Do I have something that can disintegrate metal? Would it be useless to try to hack it off with something? I wouldn't say it's impossible, but I wonder if that'd be that easy. I could use all my strength to try and cut it, but I get the feeling that I won't get rid of the wire. True, that would be a problem. In that case, we'll just have to melt it. Melt it, but it's metal. Didn't you learn about that in science class? Acid melts metal. Oh, do they not do that experiment anymore these days? True, if we could do that, then we could be silent about removing the wire. If we have a chemical like that, it couldn't hurt to try. So we need to find chemical X. Or A, since it would technically be an acid. Can't hear any mad rain sounds coming through the window, only leaves rustling in the wind. It doesn't look like there's a fluorescent light is broken, but it stays dark. Plant. I lift it up and I cover a dirty piece of paper. Talisman. Nice, 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 nice. Soul power. Flecks of red are all over the floor. They smell like iron. Oh, that's blood. Something is scrawled on the blackboard. Zen. Eisen? Looks like the rest spelled Eisen. There's more after that, but they aren't legible. Eisen. That glasses-wearing bastard. Azura, I believe? Really, that's what it says? It's difficult to explain, but I can see the direction the strokes are going. Following them, that's what it says. Altogether, it's Eisen Azura. Eisen Azura, eh? It's not familiar. Is it the name of a god or Buddha? But why is that written on the blackboard? Who knows? Long desk one looks like sinks loom in the darkness of the classroom. This appears to be a science lab. Haha, this takes me back. Still, though. Yeah, Soka grimaces. It smells in here. It's an irritating stench that stings the eyes. The putrid smell fills the whole room like a box of onions has gone rotten. A look comes over Yasuka's face like she's remembering something. Almost like the smell of death. Even so, it's not like we can just leave. Let's just get this done quickly so we can move on. Okay, so it's just these three things then. There's a talisman in the dusty sink. You. The desk is scorched. Seems like there's more fire damage in here than the staff room. This is probably where the fire started. Bunsen burners, man. This is reminding me of Corpse Party. I think it wasn't in the actual game, but more like the anime that had the half-person. I open the cupboard and check inside, but all I find is trash and dust. The cabinet door opens easily. The inside is completely full to bursting with something. I pull it out and discover that it's a garbage bag full of shredded paper. Office trash. You're going to take that with you? What an odd man you are. I lift up the bag and a shredded wad of paper falls to the floor at my feet. I open it up and see several complete sentences. I guess they failed to destroy this section. Fools. Fragment. I? A portion of the memo at sir in sound wave or must put sleep also reg site will agitate it to aware of testing. Interesting. It's a shelf pack of numerous chemicals. Getting closer, I see some large containers. Oh. I hear Yasoka gasp behind me. Hands, ears, eyeballs. Body pieces that used to belong to a human are floating in liquid, perfectly preserved. It can't be. There's no way to use these as educational aids. No, they're zoos. They're extremely fresh from being samples, probably because they were cut from a living body. It doesn't seem like it's been that long since any of them were severed. New info, science lab, storage room. Look. Yeah. A large tag on the side of a container. Great Asura down. The letters are messy but legible. Great Asura. Down must mean below where we currently are, so that would be the first floor? Recalling the school's layout, I think there was a storage area on the first floor. I'm not sure what it means, but it might be important. I decided to take the tag just in case. I know they're not alive anymore, but it takes a measure of courage to search body parts. I stick my hand inside, half closing my eyes to feel around the shelf. So, was something there? Well, yeah. I saw myself in voicing my frustration. I can't make Yasuka do something like this. I searched the chemical formalin containers, unidentified samples, every nook and cranny. I found a few things I can use. Clear bottle of liquid inside has a label of a chemical formula. A brown bottle has an irritating smell. Its label is rotten and unreadable. And finally, a bottle wrapped in foil. It smells faintly of flowers, but it's likely just some kind of chemical as well. Is that everything? Once I'm done looking around, I stand up. A vinyl bundle in the corner catches my eye. I pick it up and realize it's a tightly wrapped bundle of clothes. A white coat stands out the most. Must be a lab coat. Bundle. This is a science lab, so they likely have spare lab coats. Though it is a bit concerning. The rumor about a ghost in white. I and Yasuka got their marks while filming a TV show about it at Kei Miyamachi. All the other clothes along with the coat have been folded meticulously. Is it really just a coincidence? I want to look at these chemicals. Do any of them melt things? Flammable chlorine, handle of care, covered in maybe it's this one. I don't know. We'll just have to test it out later. A huge tear in its mouth. It's making the mouth look bigger than it should. And it's almost like an arm was forcefully shoved down it, and it couldn't handle the strain. The mouth might be broken because someone stuck their hand down it. That means something is hiding either in the mouth or the torso. I could break it. Oh, I could break it, but that might break whatever's inside too. Nothing for it but to stick my hand in. I hesitantly slid my hand into the mouth. Something cylindrical is inside. I grab it and try to pull it out. Gah! It's a snake head. Aroused by the movement, snakes began pouring out of every crevasse. Hurry! Step back! I stumble backwards. The snakes slowly retreat back to the model. It seems they live inside it. I bet something's hidden in there, but to get it, I'll have to find a way to pacify the snakes. Interesting. Number of books, their materials, and encyclopedias about animals. I grab one and flip through the pages. There are a ton of notes inside, scribbled in thin letters. They seem to be simple explanations for the students. I take out the last book, and when I look inside, a scrap of paper falls from in between the pages. I found a worn-out talisman. Woo! Power overwhelming. Well then, I do believe it's time. A school broadcast. Do you have any brains? A strange voice echoes over the intercom. Do they taste immediately? Table on the table. Static crackles before being cut off. It seems we are being watched. I believe she said table. Something might be on the desk. Let's take a look. New info, school announcement. Did I look at the last memo? No, I did not. There were strange things in the storage room, the gross science lab, hands, ears, eyeballs, parts encased in liquid, all relatively fresh, all belonging to women. We searched the shelves for anything and found 3 bottles, one with the corroded label, one reading CH3CH2OH, and a fragrant one that says ID5. A repulsive voice echoes over the loudspeaker. Is this Miss Zhu? It said test time. We have to take tests. There are several classrooms on the 2nd floor, including the science lab we're in. Who knows what Miss Zhu wants? Maybe the tests will give us a hint on how to fight her. We may as well take them while we prepare for the upcoming encounter. And then does music. Oh. On the desk, scattered what the top equipment is a small pencil and problem sheet. We are supposed to fill this out. I take a sidelong glance at the problem sheet. It seems what looks like chemistry symbols. Looks like this is a science test. Something written at the top in messy letters. Remember the experiments. That's right, I found several bottles of chemicals in the storage room. Those chemicals used in some sort of experiments? I pick up the pencil, turn over the paper. Begin the test. Well, shit. Compound A is widely used as fuel or disinfectant. Its chemical formula is CH3CHXO. XB. I think it was 2. Yeah, I think definitely 2. Compound N is an exemplary acid and contains a salt that reacts to various metals. Which statement about the compound N is true? It's combustible, right? What? Maybe it was a light-proof container. It stinks when it's thick and fragrant when it's thin. What compound is it? It's like ID5, right? Indole? I just chose because of the ID. It seems we passed the test at the end of the answer sheet. Next test is in the room next door. Proceed there quickly, students. Well then. Sounds like there are other tests. Seems so. Perhaps she wants to test us. Maybe. I mean, that's what tests are for. But why? I'm concerned, but I don't feel like guessing. More immediate topic should be discussed now that my senses are assaulted. Also, this thing really reeks. I didn't notice it when I was focusing on the test, but the answer sheet stinks terribly. It's 100 times worse than that notebook, like a zoo in the dead of summer. I shut tightly in a random pouch in my bag so the smell doesn't spread. Answer sheet! Hisoka narrows her eyes on me. Are you sure you shut that securely? It still stinks to high heaven. Huh? Hisoka is right. The smell has definitely gotten stronger instead of weaker. Sorry, I'll check. I look down to double check my bag. I spotted something that looks like a box down on the floor behind the desk. Oh! My instincts realize what it is before my brain does. Hands and feet sticking out of a blood-soaked cover. Inside the boxes, I've got to check to make sure if I can't make myself move. Yasoka seems to know something's wrong. I'll help you. Just stay back. I'll check it. After gathering my courage, I reach out. I pull off the thick sheet. Oh, it's Mr. Guardsman. The hat's familiar, and so are the clothes. There's no mistake. It's the corpse of that guard who was hanging from the ceiling with Mo Watanabe. I collapse to my knees. A horrible feeling comes barreling up through my chest. That is vomit. Calm down. It's okay. Come on, take a deep breath. There's a corpse. That's where the smell was coming from. So that's what it was. Let's quickly leave here. Staying will only make things worse. I jack myself up woodenly like a puppet on strings. The classroom next door. What? The next test is in the classroom next door. Let's go there. Yes, let's. All these tastes make me feel like I'm back in girls' school. Yasoka's probably shaken, but she's putting on a brave front anyway. Even an act like that is helpful at a time like this. After all, there's no time to waste. Whoever carried this corpse here could be lurking around the corner. But there was a storage room down, and they're like, oh, great Asura down. Oh. So maybe it's... Did I just go in a circle? Fire door, there's a motor turn open, maybe it's warped. Great. It's weird that the roses are actually more comforting. With the way the school is laid out, we should be right in the science storage room. That reminds me. There's a strange tag attached to the formalin container. I'm pretty sure it said Great Asura down. Does that mean the Great Asura is below? And that tag referring to this room. I take a thorough look around the room. There aren't any other suspicious spots here besides the trapdoor to the underground room. I feel power within that wall. From the wall? No, from inside the wall. Don't you think it's odd that the only place without the cabinet? Actually, now that she mentions it, it does seem kind of unnatural. Someone moved the cabinet. That would be the natural assumption. I don't believe it. You're saying something's inside the wall? We'll know if we check it out. Wall, nothing on it. I tap around the wall. I don't know why, but I've seen people on shows do it, and I think that's how you check walls. Huh? What's the matter? It's not super obvious, but the center portion of the wall seems paler than the rest. If only I had enough skill to be able to tell if it was hollow or not by sound. The thickness just kind of feels different to me. What a fascinating observation. What should I do? We have a hatchet. I take out the hatchet, I've taken it out, but I can't think of a way to use it. What about hammer? Yeah, hammer time! No, no, no. No, no. No, no, I can't touch this. Oh, that's rather bold. This could call attention to me, but this is where Hanahiko was. I don't think another spirit would come here. I'll try just once. I'll take it down in one swing. I gather my courage and swing to hammer against the wall with all my might. And a large hole, larger than I expected, opens up. I anxiously wait to see if I drew a spirit close. Luckily, it doesn't seem like anything's coming. That went a lot better than I thought it would. That went exceedingly well. Let us investigate. Look! I see wriggling in the darkness. Oh, don't be more snakes. I like snakes, but I don't want to have snakes bite me. Seems like I sort of is nesting in there. If I don't deal with that first, I'll be able to check out the hole. What if I throw that in there and pour a cigarette inside the hole? But it's not particularly effective. Yeah, well, I put the bomb bottle in, you stupid assholes. Horrible stench of burning animal flesh. Huh. Well then. How about we go see what that other test is? But first I'm gonna save it. Oh, it was back before the test. Live or die. It should be with a 2. Light-proof container, I think. I don't know. That's right, I pestered Tesla flying colors, Miss Zoo. What are you gonna do? Yes, yes, yes. We know, we've been through this all before. You want to test us, but you're never gonna catch us. Yes, yes, we know. We know, we know, we know. Why can't this go any faster? We know, we know, we know. Go away, go away, go away. Alrighty then. Now we save. And now, let's go try the thing. You know the thing. Let's try brown bottle. Jumble of wire wrapped around the door. Let's use this. Brown bottle and stare at the label. It's has a usage warning on it. Smells like chlorine. It could be some sort of strong acid that can melt metal. Shall we try it? I take off the lid and slowly pour liquid on the wire. If I actually get some on the keyhole, it could be a problem. Don't rush, just a little at a time. There's a faint bubbling noise and a smell that's indescribable. It seems to be working like we hoped. Oh, good job. That must be some kind of nitric acid. Fortune tellers sure do know a lot. Then, I think that should do it. I pull on the wire again. This time it comes out the keyhole easily. Well done. Now we can check this room. Yeah, let's go. Emptied brown bottle. Eep. The inside open the classroom door, something glints in the darkness. Then a horrible stench makes me choke. This is blood. Beneath my feet, it feels like I'm stepping in something soft, like mud. I shine my light into the room. Did I miss something? What the hell is this room? Oh, that's a good question. As if I stepped into a slaughterhouse. The scene before me is horrific. Organs scattered across the floor. Chunks of meat, blank, nice animals' heads line up across the desks. How terrible. Hisoka struggles to retain her composure, covering her mouth with a handkerchief. They are used for sacrifices? The word sacrificial rite comes to mind, but why the hell? Let's check it out. We need to look around. I'm trying to convince myself by saying it twice. Suddenly, there's a sound from the window ledge. Is someone here? I make my way past the animal heads to peer cautiously at the line of desks near the window. A naked body is lying in a pool of red. Countless things are slithering over her. The woman almost looks like an animal waiting for dissection. Actually, whoever did this to her might have been planning to do just that. Hey, come on, help me. Someone's trapped. We grab onto her legs and hurry to drag her out of the swarm of snakes. I'm worried about her snake bites, but I don't see any other large wounds. You're fine now. Relax. Ysoka speaks to her, but the woman doesn't reply. Her eyes are half open, staring vaguely. We can't let her die. Let's take her back to the mansion. She should be able to walk if we help her. I agree, but she's completely naked? I said it's really have time to be worried about that woman. But speaking of clothes, I just remembered. Here, she can wear this. I don't have the bundle of clothes and pull out the lab coat for her to wear. Alright, I suppose it's better than nothing. Roar! That place is off limits. Noise from the broadcast reverberates in the room. My flashlight blinks out. Damark's color grows more vivid. Early dawn, a few hours left until death closes in. Damn it, she noticed. What should we do? We need to get out of here. I know Rachel Elementary layout pretty well. I should be able to find my way without a light. We've got to hurry. Let's hurry. Help her up. Hook. Woo. Ysoka takes a deep breath from the back seat. That sounds like a world-weary old person groan. I can sound old if I want to. I am, after all, elderly. Is this what they call a woman's intuition, or did she just read my mind? Does that woman look like she'll be okay? We covered her securely with a lab coat, but I still hesitate to look in the rearview mirror. Watch where you're looking. I can understand why you're interested, bud. I'm trying not to look. I promise. I'm clearly doing my best not to. Come on, people. She's quiet. Her breathing's calm. She might be sleeping. Mr. Malice. I caught a glimpse. What did you see? I try to keep my tone innocent. The mark. I saw it when we were putting the lab coat on her. Right there on her body. Oh. So you've added another to our number. My heart drops when I think about how I'll have to tell her the truth of what's happening. But that doesn't mean I can't avoid it. Well, we'll have to tell her. The truth is always cruel, but using that excuse to hide it from her would be even crueler. I have a name, you know. Nani? The mystery woman seems asleep, but she suddenly speaks up. You were awake? Sorry, we didn't know your name. I'm Madoka Hiru. I don't care what happens, all I want is to take a shower as soon as possible. And maybe some band-aids to cover up them bats? Good work out there, Mr. Malice and Madame Yosoka. Huh? Who's that lady? Later. Hurry and get a bath ready. We lay a pale-faced Hiru on the sofa and immediately start treating her wounds. With her guiding us, we were able to give her proper first aid. There's a lot of swelling, but at least it seems like none of the snakes are poisonous. After we finish, her face gradually regains its color. Hiru emerges from upstairs wearing the clothing we found in the science lab. Apparently they had been hers. I almost died. Thanks for saving me, I guess. Judging by that casual comment, it seems she's recovered her composure. She's still pretty pale, but she doesn't look shaken up anymore. They only wanted to torment me, not kill. Small mercies. Otherwise I would have choked on poison or been snake food by now. Spirits drag the living to the depths of despair before killing them. That's what Mary told me before. Thanks to that nefarious nature of theirs, she was able to be saved. You sure you're feeling okay? Don't worry, I'm fine. I bounced back fast. Who knows if that's sure she's just putting up an act, but regardless, her emotional strength is impressive. So, what were you doing in the school? That's what I'd like to know. I was chasing after a woman named Manabi Zukawa. I must have fainted. When I woke up, I was there. Zukawa. Could that be Miss Zu? Miss Zu? Oh yeah, I heard that was her nickname for when she was a teacher. So why were you chasing? Hold up. My questions first. Who are you people? And so we gave her the rundown of her new situation. She listens quietly, but I can tell from her expression she's not convinced. I see. I understand. But believing you is something else. You say Uzukawa might have become an inhuman monster? Save that talk for writing horror stories. Her face twitches briefly. How is it you know this Miss Uzukawa? She's a colleague in the lab. Not a lot of women work there, so we ended up talking together. And the second I let down my guard, it sounds like Zukawa caused some trouble. She stole something important from me. At first I had no idea where she disappeared to, but I searched her room in the dorm and learned where she's holed up. Going off her recent credit purchases, she's been shopping in H-City. What? A spirit that goes shopping? People would panic if something like that appeared in a grocery store. What? Don't tell me you're serious. Wait, I know you. You're Ai Kashigawa from Loving Hero. You seemed idiotic on TV, so I guess that wasn't just an act. Hey, that's really rude. Supposing you're right and she's a monster, no way she'd go out in public. She obviously used the phone. I have a woman's voice asking to bring the goods to the designated area. Paid in advance with a bank transfer, so the company delivered it as ordered. Oh, and the delivery location happens to be a warehouse by H Elementary. And just what were those goods? Animals. No idea what connection she pulled, but they're from pet stores and ranches. Dogs, cats, pigs, snakes, horses. She even managed to get reindeer and ostriches. Black market too, spared no expense. With the Miss Zoo name, maybe she was starting a zoo or something. What happened to those animals? Well, I'm pretty sure we know exactly what happened to those animals. She must not have noticed since she was in and out of consciousness at the time. But based on what we found in the room, she was held and I can hazard a guess. So I waited at the empty warehouse for Zukawa to come. At some point I fainted. Next I know, I'm butt naked and in that terrible position you found me in. I'm sure she was behind it. So then, is that when you also when you got your mark? Mark? Oh, you mean the scar. I still don't believe it, but even if Tsukawa happened to be a spirit, then I didn't get it from her, I had it before I went to H City. What? So where'd you get it? Chill, no need to get so upset, bruh. I suddenly had it when I woke up 9 days ago. Did you go to any haunted places the day before? Don't be ridiculous! Don't nut me in with inappropriately dressed idols like you. The same goes for this scar. As if something like this could kill you or give you amnesia. Not only is that unscientific, it's absurd. Absolutely impossible. She's yelling, but that doesn't hide how she's shaking like a leaf. She's clearly more frightened now than when she was talking about the snakes. I guess she has a fear of the supernatural too, just like Sho. Ahem. That's all I can tell you. You're going after Tsukawa, right? I'll help out. Are you truly alright with that? You might die. I don't plan on letting that happen, but if it does, so be it. I hate the idea that people can be happy just by being alive. I'm a scholar. Life is for satisfying my intellectual curiosity. And for that, I'll need to get that thing back from that thieving hag. So it's more important than your life? What in the world did she steal from you? It seems she doesn't plan on answering that. But we've no reason not to turn her down. We should accept her help. Okay, Mr. Malice, let's head back to H Elementary. We save Hiro and her dimension when she's recovered. She just about Tsukawa. She thinks her colleague stole something important from her before vanishing. She followed Tsukawa. Da 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 da. Work. Zapped all of her common sense. Hiro and Tsukawa weren't too different in that way. He was certainly determined to her in her search for Tsukawa and Mitsu, though she claims that she ever saw Mitsu curse her help on is on the piano music. Might as well take you because there is that piano thing. H Elementary once more. If Hiro is to be believed, then what she saw in the classroom was Tsukawa's doing. The missing teacher is Tsukawa. There's no doubt that she had something to do with the birth of Miss Zu. Aw, we escaped from here only to come back again. That's kind of depressing. To get rid of the mark, we have no choice. We haven't been able to thoroughly investigate the room where we saved Hiro. Probably best to start there. Let's go. What a nightmare, what a nightmare, what a world, what a world. This was the music room, right? Door music room is locked. I don't suppose... Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? No, no. Was it this room or the third room? And then there was the other test. Let's see if there was another test or not, and then we can move on. But first, save. Pencil and problem sheet. Take a glance at the problem sheet. There's a number of long sentences. Looks like this is a science test. Something's written at the top in messy letters. Read the blackboard. I'm supposed to read it? I'm not sure that scribble is really important, but... Blackboard says Aizen Azura. It's extremely hard to read, but that's what Toko Yusuka said is written there. Do the test then? Question 1. Believing in the Buddha is important. The Buddha is most extremely vital. You must believe in the incredibly strong great I. The incredibly strong great I is like an angel. You must erase the stench of corrupted humanity and become one with nature. This is called Eyes in Unity? Question 2. Humanity is the embodiment of pain. They kill other animals. My fellow snakes also spend every day in absolute misery. My dear snakes hate this world. They hate the sun and heat. But I thought snakes like sun. This is called the critical age of decline. Crimson Age, Crisis Age. Oh, come on! Or maybe it's because it's red. I should go crimson. Question 3. I carry the Great Eyes talisman every day and seek rebirth. The talisman is important. It is a greater treasure than the brain or heart or life itself. This shown not in words but deeds. If I walk with the talisman, I will become... a trained Asura? Pass the test at the end of the answer sheet. Next test, 2 rooms over. Do not enter classroom next door, off limits. Well, she had Miss Madoka trapped in there, so she's probably because of that. Good thing we were able to get her out. Now we can freely search the classroom. Alright. Speaking of that room. No, it wasn't this one. Was it this one? No. I'm so slightly confused. Maybe it was this one? Ah, here we are. I could just imagine the smell. It's not great. That startled me. Liquid is dripping from the mysterious organs hanging from the ceiling. Great. The organs strewn around the floor look fresh. I believe the only other things before. The animal heads are mounted high on the wall. Usually, I can't distinguish animals' expressions, but all the heads look as if they died in pain. Alright, so it's either horse head or reindeer head. Partially severed animal head. I don't think anything's in the desk. Now his eyeballs are staring at the wall as if it's alive. I try flipping around inside the desk. I feel something that could be paper. I scrap a paper. I see several sentences. It seems like someone failed to destroy this. Fragment G. This is the third fragment. I spread them out and stare at them. I can read the sentences in each piece, but I don't know how they fit together. I switch them up and look at them again. Then, by the specific frequency of sound waves. Specific frequency of sound waves, huh? The end of fragment I and the start of fragment G seem to connect and form a sentence. I might have to read the fragments if I line them up. Let's see. We wave, sound wave, or must put sleep, also creature ill, onto fire that. We at wave able to find I don't know how this I don't know. Horsehead. These definitely look very real. I'm not sure what's used to sever them, but the cuts look strangely clean. It's gross, but this would be a great place to hide things. I steel myself before putting my hand on the head and shoving the other one up the severed neck. Who knew animal head would be this heavy? It's like lifting a bucket of water. After much struggling, I tip the head on its side. There's a cream-colored plastic object shoved up the esophagus. What is that? I pull it out. I find a translator megaphone. What in the hell? Megaphones are used a lot for school events and gatherings, so that's not surprising. But what the hell is it doing up an animal's neck? Was there a need to hide it in the esophagus? Zukawa did bring countless animals here, as our insane passion is obvious in this room. Mr. Malice, you okay? I really understand they're holding a megaphone that's drenched in yellow liquid. Yeah, sorry. Everything has a meaning. If that's true, then this must be really important. I wonder. Let's take a page from Miss Zoo's book and do some experimentation, shall we? But with less beheadings of poor innocent animals. You, mannequin, although I don't think you're a mannequin. Let's use the megaphone. Oh, okay. Well then. I think that'll be all for today. I've currently lost me appetite, so I'll see you around. Ta-ta.